Uh, right. Feel like I'm missing the center cover somewhere. Wow. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you. I am just out here trying to finish up getting the motor resealed, I guess. My buddy John came over last night, was here till like almost 1:32 in the morning, helped me out. And yeah, so he kind of set me up. We already got the timing and everything done. All I have left to do is finish putting the covers on, do the valve cover and valve cover gasket, and then swap out the crank bolt because I got a brand new one right here. But I have to torque it down and stuff. But this is a little confusing because I see that there's a hole there for it to like sit on, but I don't have the right piece. I don't think I have any other timing covers laying around here. I got the top cover, but where does that one go? This one goes up here behind all of this. Did I even replace those? I don't think I replaced those yet. This is so confusing. Okay, so that goes right there, but I need the gaskets on there. Valve cover gasket. I apologize for the helicopter noises if you guys are hearing that. Oh, it's an Army helicopter. Interesting. Anybody got any plans for the weekend? How many of you guys are under quarantine right now? Because I'm my job is a gray area, so they kind of gave us the choice to either work for time and a half or stay home with pay. So I was already home since I was waiting on the test results for my dad, which came back negative, thankfully. So now I'm just playing it safe right now, and I'm staying home. I don't want to get sick. I don't want to do nothing. So I've just been plugging away at this Miata, trying to get everything done. Kind of want to paint this, but I kind of don't care enough. I'm gonna brake clean it though. Out years is recommended. I don't know how many cans of brake cleaner I've gone through doing this engine. I think this is like my 4th or 5th can. Stuff's potent. Ooh, right in the cut. That's what I like. Oh, that's nasty. Okay. Yeah, I have some. Where did this thing come? Maybe? Yeah, I think right there. I just had the gaskets for these. Where did I put them? Why do I do this to myself? I literally just had them in my hand. Oh, they're in front of me, and I'm just blind. I think these are pretty much the same. Someday I'll be like one of those fancy guys that goes out and buys all new timing covers. Oh dang. Oh, $5. Really appreciate you, dude. Someday I might go out and be one of those fancy guys that buys new timing covers, but today is not that day. And I really don't want to wait for shipping times right now. I don't know how to get to the comments on here. They're almost identical, really. It's just kind of weird because everything, I don't know, physically is the same, but cosmetically is different. Like, here, let me grab you the old water pump, for example. So this is the old water pump because I obviously just changed that out with the timing belt and stuff. This doesn't look nothing like a Honda water pump. You know how the Honda water pump is like half this size and it's got the big fins on it and it's a lot, I don't know, more familiar looking to me. So same exact thing, concept, whatever though. Um, but it's just laid out a little bit differently. It's all the same essential components, all in the same general area, but it just looks different. What's up, Carlos? I'm doing good, still healthy. How about yourself? Are you and your family safe, healthy, quarantined? What are you guys doing? But yeah, Miata engines aren't bad. I mostly wanted John to come by just because, like I said, I'm not very good with seals and gaskets. I'm really good at tearing them or making them leak. And he builds engines for his 9 to 5. He works at like a Porsche, Volkswagen specialty shop, but he had a Miata for like 7 years. And then he also has an EF that he's building. Uh, it's hard to say. My channel, my numbers, I guess, my sub count has gone up a fair amount from the Miata stuff as compared to, I mean, like saying that, seeing as I've only had it for what 2.5 months now. But the numbers, like the channel views and stuff, they're not really up there. But I mean, a lot of the reason I make videos is for my enjoyment. Obviously, I care what you guys think, and I want to make videos for you guys. But a lot of it's memories for me, so I can go back and look at what I've done and I don't know. I love the Miata stuff. Hopefully, a lot of you guys do too. I know it's not a Honda, and eventually it'll have a K series engine in it. But I know a lot of people are really, I know they don't like change, so that's probably part of it. Um, and I've been trying to put my channel out to Miata pages and stuff to try and get the extra growth, and it's helped a little bit. But the Miata community is so much different than the Honda community. I mean, in a good and a bad manner. So like the Honda community is obviously like 90% of it is people like 17 to 40 years old for the most part, but generally in the 18 to 28 age range. So when you're looking for help, when you're doing stuff like that, everybody's right around your age bracket and is doing the same kind of stuff. But in the Miata thing, you have your dedicated like track dudes that are just straight track, full blown built motors, doing all that. Then you got your guys that are just straight stance boys that are doing like the pop up like mods and the glittery everything, underglow, all that stuff just to be stancy. But there's not a whole lot of in between. It's either one extreme or the other. Or you got your OEM guys, which all the OEM stuff is usually the older crowd, which trying to post up on pages like asking for help, you either get the old guys that have no idea what they're talking about because they don't work on their own cars, they send them off to get serviced, or you get like, I don't know. But it's cool. I mean, there is a lot of cool stuff in the community for the Miatas for sure, but it's just very different from the Hondas. But I like it. But for the most part, I just do my own thing anyway. While you're tucking your DA, heck yeah. Hopefully yours turns out better than mine. Or at least, well, no, mine's not bad. When we first did it, it was kind of messy because you have to cut open, not cut open, but like drill out the frame rails and stuff like that. And it's kind of a process. I appreciate you, Vampiric Winter. Appreciate you, Devin. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of learn as I go. And obviously, engine is an engine for the most part, and a car is a car, just different shapes and sizes. But it's good to learn a new platform. I'm learning all the time. This thing is pretty cool though. We got just about every single gasket and seal. The only thing that we didn't touch is the valve stem seals because on the Miatas, it's not like the Hondas. Well, you might be able to pull the cam out, pull the hydraulic lifters out, and get in there. But John was saying that we should just pull the head when we do that. So if I start having issues after I boost it, I have a brand new head gasket right here that I didn't want to do now because I didn't want to send the head off to get shaved if I didn't have to. Obviously, because most people are closed and I don't have the money right now. What's going on, Greg? Um, but yeah, so I didn't change valve stem seals or the head gasket, but every other seal and gasket on this engine is replaced. And I even welded on the bung to the oil pan. Let me show you guys that. So I'm really proud of that. This is aluminum, so I've been getting better at doing aluminum. I got to go either today or tomorrow, try and run into Phoenix to the hose store and see if I can't find a cap for that. But this time I welded it inside and out. So that way I don't have any more issues like I did on the Del Sol when I first welded the oil pan on there. Yeah, I am really just, I think I forgot something somewhere. Because I thought, wow, I have to be missing a cover somewhere. Like, I feel like this doesn't go how I think it goes. And I don't have any pictures for reference because my phone is right there live streaming. Boy. Trying to figure out this timing cover because this cover does not look like it goes on this part of the engine because it has a little dowel right here, but I see nothing that houses this shape. It can't go up there. Oh. Figure it out. Nah, I'm just stupid. Okay, we're safe. Oh, I should have known. There's a little notch right there for the cover to slide over the other cover. Haha. The more you know. But that doesn't really want to click into place. Or does that? I think it's supposed to sit over it, maybe. That's kind of a deep hole. Maybe I should use that one. Looks about right. I don't know if I like how that's... Yeah, it's even got all new timing cover gaskets, which I didn't even realize were on there until I took it all apart. I went to the dealership, and surprisingly, the dealership had the cheapest full engine overhaul kit of all the aftermarket places. This company called 5X Racing wanted literally twice what the dealership was charging, which I thought was insane. And it's the exact same thing. What's up, pup? Come say hi. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Oh, you moose. Come here. Up. Say hi. Living your best life, eh? Go get the bunnies. Go get them. She loves chasing the rabbits up and down the yard. Okay, this is good. Put this on. I feel like a wizard doing all this. Even though I'm just putting covers on, I feel like I'm cooler than I really am. So, people that put engines together, you have my vote. I don't know why this one bolt is longer than the rest. Or different colored. Got 3 black bolts and a silver bolt. Or a zinc bolt. But none of these look any different than the other. So, I don't even know where this thing goes. This little harness tab. Oh, wait. This is probably for the AC thing. So I can probably put that down. Maybe not. No. If I need it, I'll come back to it. Surprisingly, I haven't ended up with any extra bolts though, so I think we're doing something right. Why is that bolt so much shorter feeling? These are the same. I think I'm just going crazy. Oh, I didn't replace the intake manifold gasket either. I wasn't sure. I think the kit came with one, but it wasn't very descriptive, and there's no part number. I mean, there's part numbers on the list of what's in the thing, but the gaskets themselves weren't labeled, so it's kind of a guessing game. And I didn't want to guess wrong and not be able to have a gasket. And this one wasn't leaking to begin with, so it's kind of like my superstitious side that just said not to change it. I don't even know what this thing is. It's not the idle air control valve because that's on the top of the manifold, so TPS is right here. I don't know. It's something. There's a vacuum line right here. I need to replace that. It's like rock solid. I can't even, like, I didn't even see this vacuum line until I was like down here cleaning. you really can't even see it, especially if it's in the car. I don't even know how you're supposed to change it when it's in the car because you can't get your hand under there to begin with. So I have some vacuum line now. I'll change that out. Ratchet. Probably have a torque wrench for this, just because I'm a little on the dumb side. Whatever. These are just little M6 bolts. I'll just do wrist tight. That's wrist-ish tight. Should be good. What's up, Jake? Shop extra bolts and yeah, my dog's awesome. She's pretty smart for how dumb she is. But the right-hand drive, it really wasn't hard. It was just scary. Like, as long as you're like fully mentally prepared for having your car down for at least a month, and you don't get overwhelmed by taking everything apart like I do, then you'll be fine. So my Integra I wasn't so overwhelmed with because I've taken that car apart so many times. So really the only difference was I was taking all the dash and wiring out, as compared to the previous times I'd taken the whole car apart. So it wasn't that big of an issue. But it's just a lot of work, so you got to prepare yourself for that. Just a lot of drilling, unless you want to do it like I did and take the shortcut and cut the firewalls out, because honestly that's a lot easier and you still get just about everything the same other than the windshield wipers. But I still, looking at my clip sitting in my yard that I have yet to recycle, still can't figure out how you're supposed to get the full cowl out. So I'm not worried about it. I don't drive my car in the rain. I don't even have windshield wipers, and your windshield wipers will still work. It'll just be kind of like odd looking if you're on the right side and they're going like that instead of like that, you know. But you could always do the one wiper mod, and I'm sure you could probably figure something out. If you're doing a right-hand drive conversion at home, I'm assuming you probably have a little bit of fabrication or creativity in you to figure out how to get a wiper to benefit you on that side of the car, I guess. Or just get a bigger wiper blade for the passenger side. But yeah, I don't even have a wiper motor, I don't think. I think mine broke. So, freaking, I think my cover, like, kind of bent a little bit. This plastic doesn't want to stay in. So next up is this thingy. I believe this is a water pump pulley. And I think there is a torque spec for this, but one that I do not know. Oh wait, was I supposed to, I feel like I was, are you supposed to put that on before you put the water neck on? I feel like you are. Because that is like super, super tight fit. Eh. Hmm. 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 I want to chew the pulley up. Even with the belt on there, that was a super tight fit. Who designed this? Like, you know what? It's just a pulley. I'm gonna just send it. Oh wait, why isn't it even going? Oh dear. I don't want to take the water neck off, because I think we already put silicone on there. And I am doing this the right way. It is orientated the right way. This is a dumb design. That's so tight. And why did they do that? Kind of want to just send it and just give it a good smack, because I really don't want to have to backtrack that much to take this all apart again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that apart. That's really, really dumb. Yeah, torque spec is tight enough. That's usually what I go by. John last night, he was using his really fancy torque wrenches, the ones where they like light up and beep when they're all torqued up and stuff. But I mean, he's an engine builder, so he has to be really, I guess, about that or whatever. Only thing that's kind of sketching me out about this whole thing is just this crank pulley bolt. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I put a crank pulley bolt on the Hondas, I usually just kind of give it a few ugga-duggas and send it home. And it's fine. I've never had any issues. I've never broken bolts. I've never had one back out on me. All has been well. Wow. Okay, I can't take that off without taking all the covers off, pulling the belt and the cam. Maybe. I might be able to slide this up or drop it down. No, that sucks. So I'm gonna have to shave that a little bit because I didn't realize that was a thing. I don't understand how we got that off then. It's not chewing up the edge there. I'm gonna grab the file really quick. So I know you guys obviously can't see it because you're like 2 feet away, but there's a little casting lip going around the bottom side of this freaking neck. And you can't exactly fit this because even with this all, like before I took it apart, just getting the belt off of this, the belt barely slid off of this between the two. So it's like that tight of a fit. So I'm trying to, yeah, I'm just trying to shave that down a little bit and then smack it with something. Not moving. Thankfully it's cast aluminum, so this is shaving real easy. I think I got took the wire tuck on the Miata. It took me about 2 days of nonstop work. It wasn't even that it was that hard, but I'm pretty slow when it comes to that stuff. And it was my first time doing it totally by myself without AD. So that was kind of a learning curve. I'm going to just grab my small hammer and tap it in. Or at least try and tap it in. Do you mind? Oh, I had this on there so much better a few minutes ago. Yeah, this is real done. That just does not want to budge. What in the world? It's not chewing nothing up, but it's such a big lip. Getting there. Keep smacking that thing and cutting myself. So close. So dumb. Hopefully you guys are having a better time. Dremel time. Yeah, I don't want to have to dig it out though. It's somewhere in my parts cabinet in the other shed. Yeah. Well, that doesn't. I guess it makes sense that you'd have to put that all on, and then the timing covers go around it. That's just stupid. So close. Come on. Ah, there we go. Stupid bolt. Thought it was gonna get the best of me. What are you freaking out about, huh? Come here. What's your problem? I hear you. Some things on this engine were honestly pretty poorly engineered, in my opinion. Like, well, I can't think right now, but for example, I guess when you're trying to work on anything that has to do with like that bolt just does not feel numb. When you're working on anything on this side of the engine in the engine bay, like under the manifold, you pretty much it's impossible with the motor in the car because the frame rails or whatever get in the way. The intake manifold hangs so far down, and to take the intake manifold off, it looks like it's an entire feed in its own, just because you got to do the injectors, you got to do the engine harness and pull all that crap out of the way, and then the bolts look like they're super difficult to get to. The bottom ones are easier than the Honda ones because they're just straight shot. It's just the top ones that are hard. But I don't know. Cars are finicky. Dude, that's so freaking. The clearance on that is literally like 1,007 inch. I don't even. Oh, I gotta get new belts too. I forgot. Shoot. You know what really sucks is that all the stores around me, they don't have nitro gloves right now because they donated them to the hospitals, which is obviously a good thing, but definitely makes it a little harder or a little bit more tedious for us to do work on our cars and stuff because I don't like getting my hands all dirty, especially since I'm holding the camera all the time. Doesn't help. I'm gonna grab my small ratchet because I'm sure there's a torque spec on that. Why is it a 9? I didn't even know I owned a 9. Okay, good enough. Del Sol, any words of advice on you absolutely avoid? No, there's really nothing that's like hidden that people don't mention. The main issues with the car is the chassis flex, which is why I made a roof brace for mine, so that way the car doesn't flex at all because it kind of ties the A and the B pillars together. But just the seals. So mine's a 93, which is the first year that they were out in the States, and they had the phase 1 seals as they call them, and actually no, mine has the upgraded seals, upgraded. Yeah, pretty much almost anyone you get, it's going to be inevitable. The roof is going to leak. So be prepared for that. But other than that, I mean, nothing really chassis specific that you need to worry about. Like they're not known for like alternator shortages or something like that, or shorts, or stuff like that. But when you go to pick it up, just do your normal check for leaks, check for any funky or weird noises or smells and stuff, and it'll be fine. They're great little cars. I mean, it's just an EG, but with a removable top. Nothing to fear. Okay. I think my big dog just ran over my little dog. Life, that's what we're about tomorrow night. Should we do a B16 turbo or build a B18? I'm learning more towards an LS, but my old also was using B16 at reps. Well, it just depends. Do you want, obviously, boost, you're going to get a lot more power. But I personally, where's the woodruff key? The new woodruff key. I like revving it out, so that's why I don't want to turbo the K20 in my Integra, because one, I don't need that much useless power since all I do is rip it into canyons and stuff. And two, I love revving it out. So for me, I would, but I don't know. On the other hand, my Del Sol is a lot of fun with the turbo on it, so why not both? Why not do one motor for a year, swap it out, and do the other? But no, if I had to go just straight up reliability and fun, um, I would go for the B16. Oh, what is that? That burr is hidden. Something ain't right. It's like warped a little bit. That couldn't have been from me smacking on it, but it's like the whole pulley itself is a little warped. Hmm. It's so weird. What the heck? So how is this even supposed to fit on there without me shaving that then? Maybe I should take this off. Shave that back a little bit more. I don't like that. It's a little sketchy. Ah, goodness. Now, trick if I can even get it off. That works. Oh my goodness. It's not one thing, it's the next day. So what's everybody else's take on this whole pandemic thing? Obviously it's kind of scary, but you guys think it's going to pass really quickly or hopefully soon? Or you think it's going to get drug out? Do you guys believe any of the conspiracies behind it, that it's like a population control thing or stuff like that? this is not very easy. This is kind of warped. See if that fits a little bit better. This is the motor for the Miata, Alan. Saturdays for the boys. Well, mostly Saturday for the boy right now. Nobody's hit me up. I think DJ and everybody else is going on a little drive today. I kind of wanted to go, but I mean, I'm also trying to play it safe and stay home. So that way I don't get anybody sick. I don't get sick. But other side of me just wanted to finish this. So I could hopefully get it back in the car today. Yeah. I don't know about where you guys live, but out here in Arizona, there's a lot of dumb people that are still out and about doing whatever they please. Like last night, like I said, I was out here till almost close to 2 in the morning, and I heard people out there racing around. I mean, granted, it's 1 in the morning and there's not a lot of people out and about, but just the fact that people aren't following the little stay-at-home thing, like Arizona's under the stay-at-home order, the executive order, whatever. So we're technically supposed to be home after 5 p.m. Now, the rebellious young side of me wants to be like, piss off, don't tell me what to do type thing. And the other side of me is like, well, this is an actually serious thing. Like, I've experienced it firsthand. My dad was showing symptoms, and like I said, thankfully he tested negative. So it was very real. That's when it became real for me. So I don't want to have to really experience the actual effects of all this because I know even though I'm young and I'm healthy, I can still get sick. It can still, yep, there we go. It can still mess me up. And Lord forbid if I get sick and spread it onto my dad. He's got some heart issues he's developed over the last couple of years with cholesterol. He's been smoking for 40 years. So that's my biggest fear right now. So I don't want to do anything to provoke that. So I'm going to just play it safe and do this. Hopefully people like smarten up and do the same thing. Like it's not that hard. Like it's not that bad. I mean, I'm a car guy and I'm a skateboarder. You'd think all I want to do is be outside and do stuff. And it's like you can't not be outside. You're allowed to do what you want. They're advising not to go to public places and gather and stuff after 5 p.m. But people just can't seem to fathom that. Me and my girlfriend, before I took the motor out of the Miata 2 weeks ago, she was wanting to practice driving it a little bit. So we were out driving and we went to this where I thought would be a deserted area of road. It's by the Salt River down here in by Highway 87 out here. And this lakefront area called Butcher Jones, there was like, or a beachfront little area. It's probably like 25 minutes from here in the middle of the desert. And there's like corner to corner, that beach was packed. There's people swimming, old, young, toddler, shirtless, clothed, whatever, barbecues. Like I've never seen more people at that spot in the middle of summer than I did now when we're supposed to be in a quarantine. And that just shows the ignorance and the stupidity of everybody out here right now. Shout out to you, Tyler. My sister's actually in Seattle, Washington, right? No, she's in Spokane, Washington. Uh, yeah, well, I mean, Arizona, the best time to be out and about is like fall, late fall through spring because the rest of the year is just too hot. So like right now, I'd love to be out driving around. Obviously, I want to finish this because I don't like leaving things untouched or unfinished or whatever. And I could be out ripping the Integra right now. I could be out driving up north with everybody else. But again, that's just playing it safe, trying to play it smart. Um, okay, so that's good. These are not tight. I don't like how this bolt feels. I don't like that. It feels like it's like 2 or 3 threads shorter than the others, but I don't know why. Because all these bolt holes are the same depth. Like, and I didn't swap it out for any of the bolts down here. That one's the right one. That one's the right one. That one should be where it's supposed to be. Whatever. Send it. That just does not look right to me. Goodness gracious. All right. Next up is the water neck, I believe. So I'm gonna move some of my tools and clean this up a little bit so you guys can see that. Not that it's really important, but I don't want to just be working on stuff and sitting, so I'm not totally leaving you guys in the dark. Oh boy. This is the slightly confusing piece. I did a great job at making a big mess last night, that's for sure. Normally I'm much more organized, but we were just out here hustling and bustling, trying to get this all taken care of. Okay. So I do have a gasket for that. I don't know where I put it though. This is the water tube. Yeah, it just sits like that. Nothing crazy. It wasn't leaking, so I don't want to change the O-ring at the moment. And it's not hard to get to anyway. It's right there under the header, so it's easy if it starts leaking. Because I don't honestly know if my kit came with it, but I do believe that this is the right gasket for it. Yep, looks like it. Oh boy, phone work with me here. Arizona torque spec. Just send it. Nah, there's probably a torque spec, but I'm not too concerned about it. When it comes to little bowls like that, it's usually like 10 Newton meters or something like that. So wrist tight-ish, wrist tight eighth of a turn, wrist tight quarter turn. Where did my silicone go? My ultra gray or Permatex or whatever this junk is. Stuff is so nasty. Stinks. I don't like using it. It just stinks so much. It's like sickeningly sweet and sour, pungent, whatever. Something that my nostrils do not agree with for sure. Mm. Oh, that's nasty. One thing I thought was interesting is that the Hondas, they don't really have freeze plugs per se, but these engines do. So I thought that was kind of neat. Oh, my wheel's stuck in a rock. Well, I'm sure most of you guys know what freeze plugs are. I didn't really know what they were until I saw them right here. I know this is probably overkill using a gasket and an RTV on both mating surfaces, but I don't like to play no games. I don't want no leaks. I want to be able to blast this thing 10 pounds of boost up any mountain in the Kanto region without having to worry about springing a water leak and hopefully an oil leak. Hopefully no oil leak. Ew. Nasty. Oh dear. It's oozing. Oh, sick. But you know, I don't. Where do I? Oh, keep losing my stuff. So there's not really a flat spot. This has like a lip to curve around it, but it doesn't really show. That doesn't look right. It's Why? Is the wrong? No, that's just weird looking. The gasket's kind of got like a squarish, roundish shape, but it doesn't really squarish, roundish the right way-ish to what I'm trying to do. Is that a woodpecker? Sounds like a woodpecker. You know what? We're just going to send that because it's not really blocking anything. So, have to do the old crossover here. That's one of 12. Oozing out. So, I think we're going to be bringing up the topic of torque specs again, and I don't have one, so good and tight. Snug it up, quarter turn. Let the gasket maker do its job. All right. Where did my exhaust manifold bolt go that I just had in my hand? I just set it, oh, right next to me. Actually, you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to test this turbo manifold on. Voila. I'm assuming this is probably a bottom mount because they probably want their logo sticking up. Right? Yeah, looks to be. I don't have the turbo yet, so I can't mock that up. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but your boy's not balling like some of them other big YouTubers. Other big YouTubers thinking that I am a big YouTuber. I am not. Am but a peasant. Must have spilled some oil last night. This is freaking covered in it. I just spent so much time yesterday cleaning this block just to oil it up myself. Come on. My bolt. Can't wait to freaking boost this thing though. I just want to have all the choo-choo noises, and I want to be able to get up a hill without having to downshift like 47 times. What's going on, Julius Jones? How you doing? Hopefully you're staying safe, staying inside. Oh, top mount. Okay. Oh wait. This goes over the top, obviously. Okay. Well, that's a neat little manifold. I don't know why they'd put their logo on the bottom where nobody can see it, but I don't want to judge. Looks pretty neat. Well, you guys can see that. That eBay special that I just modified. Went over some of the welds down here, up here, out of these little braces and stuff. Gotta make it work. Falling on a budget. I don't have $500 to spend on a cast fly Miata manifold, but $130 on an eBay manifold that I can fix myself should be good. But I don't think this issue or this manifold should have as much issues as the tubular ram style or whatever that I have on the Del Sol, because this one has a lot less. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The piping on here, the wall thickness looks a lot thicker than the cheap piping that was on the Del Sol's manifold. So by me adding these braces, I think I should really be fine. I'm not really worried about it. Do I still have rags in there? Oh, I do. I have gloves. Well, what are you dogs doing? Yeah, I probably won't be putting the valve cover on during this live stream just because I do want to. I got some extra wrinkle paint from last time I did the Integras valve cover. So I'm going to do that. But I'm going to probably finish up these last couple seals here. Oh, wait, maybe I am done. Huh. Well. Yeah, you guys in New York, sounds like from what I've been seeing on social media, it sounds like you guys got the worst of it just all around. Like the city folk, the hospitals out there, everybody says they're going absolute like crazy. I fear for you guys, man. Honestly, I really do. That's pretty scary stuff. Like this whole thing, I don't know, it just doesn't seem real. Like life right now seems like a bad movie to me, honestly. Like I still can't grasp the fact that this isn't just a little sickness like somebody around my work caught a bug or something like that. That this is like a worldwide thing, and people are um, not recovering from it, and it's trippy. Like it's scary, crazy times we're living in. I just hope that passes soon. I got a few buddies out in New York, and hopefully all you guys out there stay safe. I saw that. I don't know what all I can say on YouTube's live stream or whatever without them like starting to freak out, demonetize and stuff. But I remember somebody showing a video of like refrigerator trucks coming to grab people or whatever, past people. So if that's true, that's pretty crazy. I mean, obviously you got to do what you got to do if it's getting to that point where there's so many people passing from it, but it seems kind of heartless. Oh, and this isn't grease, by the way. This engine block is actually painted black, which I think is kind of cool. But I think that also means, I don't know. You guys think this block is cast then? Cast metal? Cast metal? I don't know. Do they do that? Do they put aluminum cylinder heads on cast iron blocks? Is that a thing? I don't know. Well, I think we might be pretty much good to go. Paint this valve cover, slap the valve cover gasket on. What are those gaskets for? What am I missing? Oh, gosh darn it. I did it again. I forgot to put the little gasket on this. Why does this thing not want to rotate? Forgot to put the gasket on this top timing cover. So I gotta do this freaking wheel. Jiminy Christmas. Whatever. I have these two gaskets, these two little U-shaped ones. Because I know this engine, this little 1.6 liter, these originally came from the Mazda 323 GTX, which is a turbocharged engine from factory. So that's why it's got, like, on the 1.6 model in specific, for boost applications, it's more convenient. This fitting right here, that's actually a high pressure oil fitting for the factory turbo feed. So like when I boost it, I'm going to tap into that, obviously. But so it would, I mean, to me, it would make sense if they used a cast block, obviously, because that can handle more boost, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it would make sense. I don't know where the other thing goes because I have 2 gaskets, and I got 1 cover. I just lost them. Oh, yeah, I got these 2 rubber gaskets, but I only got 1 cover, so I don't really see where they're supposed to go. It doesn't go on the valve cover. And this other timing covers I already have them. Third time's a charm. Big one. Has this little, like, oh, yeah, these little tabs in here so that way it can kind of clip in. Come on now. It's just harder than it looks. Yeah, I don't see where oh, I see where that other one went. Goes on the inside one. Like the back plate. I don't think I can get it. Yeah, I can't get that one on. Not without taking that all apart again. Oh well. It's not like it's stopping leaks or anything. I think it's just stopping it from spraying onto the cover if it fails. Something fails back there. Dude, this thing does not want to stretch around to save its life. Come on, dude. Work with me. Is this one wider? Is this supposed to be it? I think the small one is it actually, because it looks a little bit wider. Oh. Okay, I'm just dumb. Okay. Finally, third time has to be the charm. Bueno. Not too bad. Only took me an hour to assemble the front covers. Nasty. Still greasy. Yeah, I didn't even know those Mazda 323s were a thing. I just did some research on the Miata before I bought it. That was one of the things I learned. Okay, so I got to do the crank, but I have to torque the friggin' crank bolt exactly to 87 pounds, roughly 87 pounds. Because this is called the snub nose Smirnoff. It's inside. I mean, where am I gonna go? I could probably day drink if I wanted to, but I haven't even finished my coffee yet. But yeah, this is a snub nose or short nose crank or whatever it's called, and these things are prone to having the yeah, these things are prone to having the friggin' crank bolt back out a little bit, for whatever reason. And then when it backs out, that allows the woodruff key to get chewed up by the gear here. And then once that happens, then the whole crank just starts to wobble and shake around. And then even the service, like the factory or the dealership warranty for it back in the day, was just to swap in a new engine because it wasn't cost efficient enough to put a new crank in. But funny enough, you can buy an engine for half the price of a crank because the cranks for these things are $500, and then you obviously got to rebuild the whole motor, do machine shop stuff, and all that, and then that's it. But you can just buy a new motor and have it swapped out and back in a day. So what you're supposed to do, anytime you take this bolt out, they they say you should replace it with a brand new one, which I have wherever I just put it, and then use a brand new woodruff key. Mine thankfully was still square, still had all its edges, and wasn't rounding at all. So I got lucky. But usually it happens after the first service, first like 60,000 mile timing service and stuff. So whoever did mine must have been well aware of the issue and they took all the precautions. But that bolt actually, this one is the old one. I have to put the new one in. We just did this one just so we could turn the motor. This one didn't have any Loctite on it. So either the guy just got really lucky, or well, I guess it's not luck if you torque it right. But either way, everybody tells you to use blue Loctite and just goop it all in there, so that way you don't have any chance of it vibrating back out, and to just keep an eye on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I gotta freaking wait for my clutch to show up so that way I can bolt the flywheel on, because I'm gonna have to get this thing back on my engine hoist, bolt the flywheel on, and then torque this down, doing it like that. Like I said, if it was a Honda, I would just hit it with the impact gun and just send it home. But I don't want to take any chances. I want this motor to last me a while. Well, pretty much all that's left for me to do right now is that vacuum line and paint my valve cover. So I'm going to end this live stream here. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, despite how hopefully entertaining this was, or boring it may have been for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish the video. I got my camera somewhere over there, I think. I am filming this. It was going to be a more detailed thing, but we just were in a hurry last night, so I didn't really get to film. I filmed most of it, but it wasn't like super detailed, like this is how you take this off, this is how you press this on. It's kind of a general, here it is off, here it is on type thing. But I'm just trying to get my static game going on right now and just crank out a bunch of videos. I have a video uploaded right now. I just got to finish, putting the description and thumbnail and stuff on it. So I'll be premiering that later today. And I believe that's actually on the Wire Talk, because I don't think I uploaded that video yet. So it's kind of a longer one. It's like 21 minutes, so hopefully you guys stick with me on it. And then I have another video to edit from last weekend, where DJ and me and April and everybody went out driving. So just kind of a break from all the Miata stuff for a video. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm filming this video right now for doing this stuff. So hopefully you guys are going to be looking out for that. But anyways, guys, thank you again for hanging out with me. Stay safe. Be smart. Just, I know we don't want to listen to the government or social media, but just, it's better to stay at home. Just don't take any precautions. Just go out and get what you need when you need it. Anyways, guys, take care. If I can end this. Oh, it's locked. Orientation locked. All right. Peace out.